Hi everyone, I'm audible. Okay, I will start now TestNG today. So TestNG is what first of all we need to know. Anybody have any idea? One by one, please. Yeah, any one of you. Okay. So it's right. Like it's a testing framework, and it organizes our test cases, and it can decide what order test cases should run. So this is the test engine framework. Previously, when we don't use it, one by one we were running all test cases, and it has power to run all test cases in single click. So this is like helping us to run all our scripts. Okay, so the today's topic that we are going to learn like annotations. What are the annotations? And then we will next session we will see the listeners test and the listeners. Suppose any test case gets failed, then how it get to know that that particular test case was failed because there may be 100 test cases in your project and five of them gets failed, then how it will capture the screenshot for all those five test cases because we are not going to write failed screens failed test case screenshot code in every method. Okay, so this part will cover in framework. So these are last 2 weeks of your training, so starting from these annotations. Okay, so we have basically uh, annotations that I am going to tell you. One of them is before suite. I will show the process of them, like flow of the uh, running before suite, and then comes before test, then before class. In same order you need to write in your own language. Okay, or you can take a screenshot. Like people are saying that we are not getting notes. Whatever I am writing here itself are notes. Other notes, like I've already shared the PDF in mobile app. Some people have already downloaded. Okay, so many things are present with you, but sharing each and every time when you ask like we don't have notes, that is not possible. So just keep your folder, and there you need to paste whatever I am writing. Like this is annotations, and I am going to explain the annotations, so that will be possible in lectures only. Okay, otherwise these things you will find everywhere. So before test, and then it comes like at the rate test. But suppose uh, before at the rate test, sometimes if you have before method, then that will be running. So I am telling you the annotations, but I am also writing in the order they will run. Okay, so you need to write in the same on the order. Okay, after that it's uh, method. After method means that closes after every method. Okay, then it comes like after class. Okay, then after test, then after suite. So there is one more annotation which is at the rate data provider. Okay, so that is a helping attribute, that is not a particular attribute. Okay, so that is a helping attribute which provides the data to your method. We will see this in detail in upcoming sessions. So as of now, just focus on this. Okay, so this is really important. We are not going to skip this, so just wait for this, and in upcoming sessions we'll see this. Test ng is very important. If you miss any flow, anything you miss, then, and if you are there are two things. If this your concept is clear about test ng is powerful, like you know the exact flow of the test ng, each and every scenario you know about the test ng, then I can guarantee you any automation project 50% part you will get to understand easily, and the rest 50% part left is your Java concept if they are clear. Other things you can manage. Okay, so like whenever I start any new project in my company, I just go with the flow, that what flow is going, and then what Java classes internally calling debugging. If these concepts are clear, then no problem is there. Okay, but if the basics are not clear, then will always be a problem. Maybe today you will not understand my words, but tomorrow when you will go to your projects, when you will debug the codes, then you will understand, and this is for sure. Okay, so just without wasting time, just start this test ng. I will create a new project. Okay, and new project I will create what? Maven project. Okay, so somebody of you message like Maven is not working correctly or something like that. I have seen that message that the Java path is not set, but Java is working correctly. This is not the way. First of all, your Java path as well as your Maven path both should be configured. Okay, so I will name this test ng. I will name this test ng, and this is test ng annotations. Okay, now let's check out here. It will be creating. Okay, this has created, but it is building your project as of now. Okay, now it has built the project. Now you can see src main java, src test java. Okay, so this has created a folder for you. Okay, and the project name that you have given is test ng annotations. Okay, that we are learning. Okay, so test ng annotations, and here if you want to make your project, make your folder or use this for your classes, then you can use this. You can also create your own. Okay, so src test java, just right click here, and I will create a project, sorry, package inside it, and package will be annotation, suppose annotations class. Okay, and in this package I will create all my annotations. I told you about this form.xml file. Okay, and this form.xml file will have dependencies installed in it. Okay, until you don't paste dependency here of selenium, until you don't paste the dependency of the test ng, it will not work. Currently by default it has added JUnit dependencies, but we are not using JUnit in our project. That's why we have to use the test ng annotation, test ng dependency here. So simply I will go to maven test ng dependency, and here just like in the session I told you, find out the most stable version. Okay, if you are using this beta one, so this will be creating problem with you. Okay, so suggested it, use the most stable version. How you can check out that which is the most stable version? You can check it here, usages, right? and here you can see that this one is also stable like 7.3.0, but the number of users are here most, okay, 530, and after beta they have launched this 7 point versions, okay. So you can go for 7.0, 7.1, okay. So 7.1 has the most of the users, so maybe it is most stable, okay. I will just click on this, and this way I will copy it and I will paste testng here, okay. Similarly, I will go for Selenium Java dependency and Selenium Java, and I will search here, and I will click on this Selenium Java, and most of the people are using like Selenium 4.0 nowadays, but you can see clearly written beta versions, okay. So this is not suggested, okay. Just go for the this version 3.14, okay, and copy it and paste here, okay. Your maven path should be configured. In last session I told how to do that. So you have recording. If you not done this or you have missed the session, then please go and watch and set up the maven path, then only maven will work in your system correctly, okay. Now there is error coming. Error is for what reason? Okay, I got it. Error is coming because we have removed the uh, JUnit dependency, and they are using it, okay. So we will not remove the JUnit dependency, we will paste here, okay, below it, so that this test which is using the JUnit dependency, we don't want to delete that class. I just want to move forward, so just this end, okay. And inside it I will create a class, and class is uh, annotation tutorial. JUnit works same as TestNG. That is also a testing framework, but in our course we are using the TestNG, and 90 to 95% companies are using TestNG only. That's why we have opted this TestNG for our course. Okay, so once you will go to any project, you will find this. Okay, so now you don't need to have a main method for running the program. Just you have to use the annotations. One point to be noted today, every point you should note, I think. What I am going to tell you, please ask your question, then I will move forward. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. By default they are adding this, and they are thinking that you are using testing framework as JUnit, so they are by default creating it. But if you are not using this testing framework, then you can remove this and remove the classes that they are using it, like you can go here app test.java, and if they are using here, no, this is the class, and maybe here. Okay, they were trying to import this here, okay, and you have removed the dependency, that's why the error was coming, okay. Okay, so you have to remove the if you have to remove that particular dependency, then remove the relevant classes as well to remove the error, okay. So here we are using this annotation tutorial, and I will try to use testng. So I will use my first method, just because we are learning from very basic, I will write this method void m1. Okay, and I will write here like method m1 called. Okay, and if you want to run your method, like, please guys, once you are watching the lecture through the video or you are directly present here, I will suggest you note down all points, otherwise always be confusion. Now the point is to be noted, this if you are using at the rate test, then only it will be considered as a test case. These others are only helping annotations. These will not be considered as a test case. Okay, only at the rate test will be considered as a test case. Others are helping attribute. Maybe the test case wants some data, so this data provider annotation will provide the data, and this is the helping this before suite. If you want anything to delete before the project start, like cookies or the history, then this before suite can be helping you, but it will not be considered as a test case. It will be considered as a prerequisite completion. Okay, anything that should be completed before a test case start. Before test similarly, and to close or open your driver, you can use this before class. In particular class you want to perform anything before that class runs, you can use this before method. Before any method you want to run, suppose I want to use like this method going to start, so before method will used before that. Okay, so anything you want to perform before a method, so that will be helping. So this will be considered only a test counter will be for only this. Okay, so this is point to be noted. Now first time you just need to mouse over here and import testng.annotation. Okay, and next you can see this is imported. Now you can right click, run as testng test. Okay, the report will be generated. Okay, total test case passes 1, failure 0, so result is present. Just right click here, refresh here. Okay, and then you can see test output folder is present, and here this is the file, that index.html. double click on it and it will show you the result, that passing or fail. So it is showing in a good way, like passed method. So if you click on show, method m1 was passed. Okay, so this way. Now currently I just have written one line of code in this method. Tomorrow your browser will be launched, your some scripts will be, so you are matching the title of the site, that is matching or not. In case that is not matching, you will forcefully fail that, and if that fails, then you will take a screenshot. So everything will come inside this method. Okay, okay, and the screenshot codes will be coming in a common class, that you will design a framework, then you will understand. So here you need to know that how that test case is running, how that is deciding. Okay, now quickly I will go to next class. I will create another class, and rotation tutorial. Suppose I will create class B. Okay, and here in class B I will create one more method at the rate test. Okay, and here void m2. This is I am using m1 m2. This is so that easily you will understand the flow. Okay, otherwise if I'll start writing scripts here, it will take time, as well as it will not be, you will not be able to. Agenda is to let you understand how the flow is working. Okay, so method m2, you can run it also separately. Test case run 1 passes 1, but try to understand that today you have this one class. Okay, and this class, second class. Tomorrow you have thousands of classes. Will you go to each and every class and running your test one by one? No, For that you have to be a uh, testng.xml file present. And how that can be present? Just go to your project, right click, testng, and this will be only present, otherwise many people will be get confused. First of all, you need to watch previous lecture, or if you are not present, otherwise you will not understand. You have to install testng in your workspace. Last session I already told this. So then only this testng option will be coming, otherwise it will not coming in your machine. So here right click testng and then convert to testng, then it will create a file for you. Just finish it. Okay, now you can see this testng.xml file is created for you. Now all, okay, go to source and you can see all those three classes are added. We don't need this app test, this was by default created at the time of project creation. Okay, so we will remove this. Okay, now two classes I have created, all those two are added. If I want to add one more class, if I will have one more class, then I can write one more line here. So how that adds? Like this, package name dot class name. Okay, this is the way how it adds. Okay, so you want to add one more class, you can add here. Okay, inside classes you can add classes. In upcoming session I will tell you how to add methods, how to remove methods, how to group the test cases, everything that is important uh, for you to learn, that I will cover in the upcoming session. Here just focus on the, okay, I will run this file and all those two cases will be running. If those will be added in this class, then only. Okay, now test case run 2 passes 2. Okay, now I will go to class B. What I will do, I will in the class B I will add at the rate before test void m3. m3 method called. Okay, now as per the rule, which should be called first before test. Okay, so I will go and run this. You can check. First of all, m3 method called, then m1 method called, then m2 method called. Just you need to know one thing. You have added annotations tutorial class first, and then you have added class B in your project. Okay, still it is calling before test annotation method first, because it doesn't care about how what you have added inside that particular test folder. This is the test folder. Okay, you have added what? You have added uh, before test. Okay, so before this test folder, any before test is present, then it will be running that first. Okay, is it clear to everyone? Yes, you can have more than one, two, three, four, whatever you want. If you want to do profiling, then you can use them. But just focus, yeah, just focus on testng until you are not sure about testng. Then how can I go to that topic like maven profiling? Okay, because I will link here, but some people don't know about the even annotations, then doesn't work full as of now. Okay, you can connect me separately if you want to know these such topics. Okay, okay. Like weekends have nobody is asking for the uh, doubt classes or what. So those timings are for you only, and then you need to join for that. You need to ask for that. Comment on your Telegram channels instead of commenting anything else. Just use that for good purpose. Okay. So here this one. Okay. Now before suite is the top level, like here. Before running anything inside project, you can have separate two test folders. Okay, and you can copy it like this way. Okay, you can run one by one. Okay, so this way it works. Suppose I want to use before class. Let me create before class here. Once you go to practice after this session, there may be lots of confusion coming. Okay, and you need to ask me uh, in next session. Okay, first 10 minutes for next session I will dedicate for this question and answer session. If you guys will want, if you have queries, then, and those who will practice will surely come with queries, those who not practice will not come with questions. I know that. Okay, because even I started 4 years back learning this test ng and these things, and lots of confusion were there, like this before class and before test is running before that particular class or particular test folder. So if that those points are clear, then only it is easy to understand you. Otherwise you, it's up to you. Okay, so method m4 before class. Now I will tell you what will the answer, because if your concepts are clear, then you will easily answer. First of all, I will not debug the code. Why uh, we for our answer for this 5 or 10 lines of code we are debugging the code, because our concepts are not clear. Okay, there are thousands line, we don't know how it is working. Then I go for variables and this and that things to check out. Okay, but here if you see, first of all you are running your code from this file. You need to come to this file, you have to check that before he start debugging here, any before suite method is present, before suite is present, then you need to check throughout the project. But only these classes are added, so I will check in these two classes. Currently only these two classes are created. Tomorrow 100 of the classes, but added only two, so I will check only in these two classes. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So annotations dot tutorial, any before suite present? No. I will come here. B, no, there is no before suite. So I will come here. Test, any before test present? Yes, in this b dot java before test is present. So this m3 method will be running, and first output will be this m3 method called. Okay, and then I will go back to this and check that 3 method called, and then of of course this uh, annotations tutorial is added. Then of course this will be also called, because that is added first. Okay, so that at this at the rate test method will be running first. Okay, so method m2 will be our second answer. No, 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 not that, because this is added first, so its method will be called first. Okay, because this is added second, so I was like checking here that this is annotation. Okay, so this m1 method will be called. I hope that that is clear, like that doesn't make confusion, because I was just watching this one. Okay, and but writing for this one. Okay, so now this testng.annotations.b, it will invoke class, this class, and then it will go here and see any at the before sorry, this is already run. Okay, so it will check for this uh, at the rate test, and this has at the rate test present method m2. We have actually I forgot about this before class that I have added. Okay, let's start from again. Here any at the rate before suit is not present in our project. At the rate test is present. Yes, where inside b.java, so it will call method m3 method called. Okay, so just be careful. Okay, now before test run. Okay, and then it will go to this one at okay at the rate test run, then it will go inside classes. Okay, and inside classes there is testng.annotations tutorial. In this class it will go, and in this class it will find at the rate before class. First of all, it will be checking for any at the rate before class when it goes inside a class. Okay, so it has present, so it will run this. Okay, and then it will scan this class. Before that, before scanning this class, it will check that it has completed all its methods or not, but it hasn't completed all its methods. This m1 was remaining, so it will again come here. This is the flow that it works. Okay, and then it will come to this class, uh, b class b. Entering inside b class, it will check any at the rate before class is present. It will not check for this before test, so don't be confused, because it was already checked here. Now it is here. Now it is inside classes, it will check for before class only. Okay, so here it will come, no before class is present, then it will go back here and scan that all the method run, no all the method not run. So it will then execute this m2. So this m2, I hope this is clear to all. Okay, I will run this. Now you can check uh, test run 2 passes 2. Now there should not be confusion why 2 test. Methods are hit and fail, because at the starting I told that at the rate test will be considered as a test case only, others should be considered as a helping attribute. Okay, now you can check here before class, at the rate test, and this and that, and you can check also the output flow and match with your output. Okay, m3 method called, m4 method before class, m1 method called, and method m2. So if you know that how the flow works, then it will helping you. And one more thing that you need to know, the last thing for today, is that the before method is there. Okay, before method, see, yeah, Okay, before class executed only once because it works for that particular class only. So why it will execute two times? Means what do you think? Like why do you think that it will run two times? Just ask that question so confusion will be more clear. Because you want to ask something different. I got to know that why this confusion is there. You said that two classes then before class. It is not scanning from here. It is just like you are adding the classes inside this classes folder. Okay, and before every class it executes, it checks for the before class. Okay, so those are before class is separate entity for each and every class. It doesn't work for all the classes. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. First of all, it will check order that it suppose it comes here like inside classes in testng here. Okay, so doesn't matter you have added or not, its working is like testng working is like defined in a way that first of all in that particular class if it is present, then it will start scanning for from before class. It will not scanning inside that class for before suite before test. That part it has done here. Okay, that part it has already completed here. So if we entering inside the classes, so it will checking for starting from before class is present. Okay. Yeah, that yeah, you can also take the screenshot and I will paste here. Okay, so there is one more entity left before method. Now before method has some different kind of working. uh, Run before every test method. Okay, suppose you have five test methods in this project. Okay, like this m1 is there, m4 is this m4 is not a test case, so you have suppose m6. Okay, I will make one more test case. Now I will only run this class and you can see that before method will called two times. This is a famous interview question. How many times that what will be the output, then you need to tell. See this run before every method, run before every method. How much method you have in this class? uh, you have one method means test cases, and test cases will consider only at the test as a notation. So you have two test methods here, m8 and m1. So this before method will be running two times because you have two test methods in your project. Okay, so first of all it will run before this m1 then m8. Okay, So before method runs before every test method, and test method is what? At the rate test is as a annotations. Similarly, it doesn't matter you are running from here or here. If you want to run a particular class, you can right click and run this class. And if you want to run all the test cases, all the classes, then you can use the testng.xml file. If your test case gets failed, then how will you know that these things will be interview questions will be coming in next sessions? So this is clear for everybody, this annotation or ask the questions. Now the thing is remaining like after the completion of the classes there is a class closure, a test closure, a suite closure. So the order they are written, the order they are closing, the order they will work in our annotations only. So this is for your assignment purpose to write the at the rate after a test, after method, after suite. So everything you need to try it out in your machine. The order of the execution I told you. Similarly, this is the behavior that it closes in the uh, most most recent order. Okay, so classes come at the third point, but classes immediate closure. Okay, so small things closure immediately. Okay, you can see this class level is most small as of now, so it is closing immediately like this way. You can also perform closing operations like this way. Okay, so it up to you how you open that, how you close that. This is a single line closure and that is a multi-line closure. And when we use that multi-line closure, when we want to include the methods inside these classes, suppose in this class we have multiple methods but I want to run only 5 methods, then we will use this multi-line closure, and this will I will be covering in upcoming sessions. As of now, anybody has any confusion, then ask me. Yeah. If you want to consider that as a test case, that it is mandatory to write at the rate test. Otherwise, at the rate before method or at the rate after method, whatever you are writing, those are for what? I don't understand your question. You will have you will have converted. Maybe you have converted your project before you have created the classes. Okay. Oh, okay. After converting, yeah, after converting, you have written, right? Doesn't matter you if you have converted or written after. That doesn't matter. It should have in the machine. The process you are following is follow the same process that I have followed. It will work in same way. But at the rate test, if you have not written, then there is no mean of using a test ng in your project because they are running in order. And at the rate test, if you write, then only consider as a test case. Like that what I'm telling you again and again in this session, multi times I told you, like these are only helping attributes, like for opening and closing the driver object before starting or after closing the test. Yeah. Okay. Then why this will running the this method? Then why this will be that yeah. That doesn't matter. If you this, yeah, of course. Why this will be considered as a test case then? That is what I am telling. And the same question you are asking is a reversal question or reverse engineering type of question you are asking. Okay. Until you don't, yeah, yeah. That's why I showed you how, why this is consider only two test case in your project, because only two at the rate test is present in your project. I have run this class only. Okay, now maybe three present because I have added one more method. Now you can check out here. See, test case run 3, because in my project how many at the rate test methods are there? 3, 1, 2, and third one is in class B. Okay, that's why only these at the rate test cases are considered as a test case. These are only helping attribute, these are not your test cases. Okay, these are saying like before performing your test perform this, because maybe in your machine you want to enter some username and password, but some people already set up that remember the password and data is input there, so you want to clear those fields. For that you can use this before test, before class things. Okay, so this is for that. Okay, just you understand the use case, just don't remove this, go step by step. Once you understand this, then you can try it, removing, adding, and this is the flow you want to execute. Any flow you are on, write 5 7 classes you write, then try to figure it out what will be the output. The way I have used this, that first I have written a program, then I have shown you I have written, and this will be the output. If my concepts are clear, then this will be the output for sure. If that output is not the same, then something missing in my concept. So this way you will run TestNG. Okay, are you getting it? Okay, this is not only for Durga, this is for everyone. TestNG is not so much tough, it's really very easy, but it requires your practice and sometimes you need to give. Once you will learn, this is a lifetime. Okay. Okay, so thank you for attending today's session.